All right, we have a whole bunch of people in the studio
good to
now,
see
and
you.
it's our honor, by the way, to have all these people here, but I want to introduce you to a couple of them. First of all, there's Don Goodman, our favorite songwriter ever. He wrote Blake Shelton's Old Red, and we actually met you last year at Operation Song. Also, Tina Haynes is here, and she is the music therapist at the VA Murfreesboro Medical Center in Nashville. Now, Tina, I want to know about Operation Song. For people who've never heard about it, what is it exactly?
Operation Song is an organization that was founded by Bob Regan, who is a professional songwriter in Nashville. And he's partnered with me in my music therapy clinic, as well as Don Goodman, whom you just introduced. And this is a way, a tool that we use to help our veterans begin to express themselves, and express themselves through music. And connect with one another, and to begin to share their stories, and to begin to heal from the wounds of war. And you know, not all wounds are visible.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tina, how important is it for these people to tell these stories and get it out?
well, it's important at several levels. First of all, many of our veterans are isolated, and they think no one understands or has been through what they've been through. Mm-hmm. And this is a way for them to get together with their peers and realize that there's commonalities in their experiences, and they're not alone. And then music, hearing your story sung and put to lyrics and melody and chords, it's a powerful tool, and it hits us in a way far more powerful than just mere words or mere writing a story down on paper does.
Don, what's that like writing with these veterans?
The most wonderful experience I've ever had in my life. I would trade every gold and platinum record hanging on my wall for the one song I wrote with Al.
And we're going to introduce you to Al in just a minute here. But so the first time you guys came together with Bob Regan to do this, has it changed a lot, the whole process of Operation Song?
We learn every time we walk in the room with these guys, we learn what not to say and what to say. Tina schools us real well. Because the wrong word can hurt a guy real deep and do more damage than you can good. But when you start this class and you see guys sitting around that table that won't even make eye contact with each other, and by the end of the 8 or 10 week program, they're hanging on each other, high-fiving, and laughing about the very thing that used to drive them crazy.
Wow, that's just great. What a great story of healing and hope, team.
Mm-hmm.
This is really a great program. We're going to introduce you to Al. Al has a really unique story. He is a veteran, and he wrote a song with Don Goodman, and it's really amazing.
Great story.
So when we come back, we'll introduce you to Al and play his song. 8:10. It's Mac and Cheese in the Morning on Cat Country 95.3.
Chattanooga's most country, it's the all-new Cat Country 95.3. We're Mac and Cheese in the Morning.
Cloudy and 70 later. 56 now at Cat Country 95.3. And as promised, Al is our guest in studio. Welcome to Mac and Cheese in the Morning.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Great
It's
to
an
be
honor.
here.
And thank you for your service to our country. You were in the Air Force in the Vietnam era.
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you serve?
Great Falls, Montana.
Oh, okay. Malmstrom.
Malmstrom
Yeah,
Air Force Base.
been there.
Yeah.
My dad was military
Wow.
too, so
Wow.
lived there, yes. Several times actually.
Mhm.
Nice city. Very nice
I have a
city.
son that was born there.
Oh, awesome. One of the things that we talked about off the air is the experience that you had with this lovely lady named Barbara Lynn. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Al? Before you went away for in the military, you were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right. It was my first true love, and hers too. We know we were real young. We went to rival high schools, but they were only a few miles apart. Lakeview High School and East Ridge High School. We went to. And we were together about 3 years, and then you know, I done something really bad and broke her heart. And for about 45 years, I've looked for a way to make it right. And I didn't know how to go the appropriate way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started going to this class, a music therapy class in Murfreesboro, and the absolute perfect way showed itself.
When you first started taking this class, it's a 6-week program, right? Or it's a
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to
that's
8
right.
weeks program. Okay, so when you first started taking the class, How did you feel about it then? Were you feeling like oh, this is going to be the ticket, or were you a
No,
little
not at
skeptical?
first. It took me a few sessions to really realize that, probably the second or third session is when I realized that, wow, this is something special.
So Al, what happened to you in this class? What do you do?
Well, we just all meet at this round table, and we tell our stories, and two great, wonderful men, songwriters, Don Goodman and Bob Reagan, along with Tina Haynes. They put that story into a song, and when you hear it, it's just an awesome feeling.
Don, how many people were involved in the writing of this song?
There were six vets, and Tina and Bob and myself. So there were 9 total people, and everybody at the table started throwing out lines and thoughts and maybe putting a little bit of their own experiences into Al's experience. But his story was so heart-touching that the song basically wrote itself.
Okay, we're going to hear that song.
Yeah,
What's it called, Al?
Barbara Lynn.
Okay.
There you go.
I was 16, she was 14, the summer of my junior year. I worked the rides down at Lake Winnie, every day she'd meet me there. Then one night in my 62 Chevy Nova, what had been puppy love, there was a line we crossed over, even though that was years ago. Those memories haunt me, I can't undo the sins of youth. I know that words, they won't be near enough to heal the hurt that I caused way back then. So I'll say it in a song. I'm sorry, Barbara Lynn. We made plans that we'd get married come her graduation day, and we'd even name the kids that we'd have along the way. Then one day, with one mistake, I threw away what might have been. My youth was no excuse, but we never spoke again. Even though that was years ago, those memories haunt me, I can't undo the sins of youth. I know that words, they won't be near enough to heal the hurt that I caused way back then. So I'll say it in a song. I'm sorry, Barbara Lynn. I don't know how you'll take this, if you'll forgive what you went through. It's given me some peace to say it, hope it does the same for you. Words, they won't be near enough to heal the hurt that I caused way back then. So I'll say it in a song. I'm sorry, Barbara Lynn. I'm sorry, Barbara Lynn. I'm sorry, Barbara Lynn.
Wow, that's really touching. Al, I hope you'll pardon me if I cry with you here a little bit. Wow, that's
No
really, really, how cathartic was that for you to get all that out of your
Well,
system a
I
little
actually
bit?
sat down that day, and when they said what they wanted to do for the day, and I wrote about a 3-page story, just scribbling notes and handed it to Don and Bob, and by the end of that day, we had a song.
That's amazing. It's a beautiful song.
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
it could be a hit. I mean, it's a
It's a great story.
it's got a great hook. It's a
Yeah.
really good song.
I listen to it all day.
And when people hear it, knowing that that's your personal experience and that it's something that you've been carrying around for over 40 years.
Yes.
in a nutshell, what would you say the Operation Song and this class that you've been able to take has done for your life?
Well, it gives you a purpose. You look forward to getting up instead of wanting to just go lay in bed all day. You want to get up and get out and talk to people instead of just hiding away in the closet.
So it kind of removed the isolation, the
Exactly,
feelings of
yeah.
wanting to be isolated like that?
Right.
What an amazing story. What an amazing,
One
story.
class a week is
Wow.
done.
I want to thank you so much for sharing that with us. Like I said, I've cried a little bit here, so I'll have a little trouble, but I want to just thank you so much for sharing
You're
that
welcome.
story. That was amazing.
Yeah,
And continued success in the program for
Thank
you
you
because
so
this
much.
is amazing.